In this series, we look at some of the pragmatics and practicalities around the implementation of artificial intelligence, AI, using proven business practices on a risk-based approach. This session is a change of pace and focus as we look at the role of government, national, regional, local, within the changes around artificial intelligence. Governments have the need to address their own internal operations, the services they provide, as well as manage many of the societal related impacts. Obviously, there is a lot of ground to cover, and the more detailed aspects, as well as the different jurisdictions and locations of government, vary with their own needs. This session is about painting a picture of some of the many aspects to work through. The intent is to balance the hype and the simplistic views around artificial intelligence with the pragmatics and realities. This is about the proactive management required, which is a responsibility we all share. Let's get into it. Governments. When asked about the adoption of artificial intelligence, the role of governments, whether national, regional, or local, comes up. Views are shared, including the competency of government, the role of government, the size of government, the level of engagement, and the regulatory aspects. The views recognize that governments have the need to address their own internal operations, the services they provide, as well as a role in managing the many of the societal related impacts. The need for certainty of policy and direction is also sought from government. Some of these are now considered further. Making the transition in the usual way. Let's begin by saying that artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming society. The convergence of the internet, mobile computing, cloud computing, social media, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, Internet of Things brings the automation of roles, especially the knowledge workers. New roles are set to occur. Roles will change and some will lapse. The likely change is to the pilot and autopilot model, where things are created for the first time, intervene when things go wrong, and assure outcomes and manage stakeholders, with the routine operations being increasingly automated. Society will adopt and adapt to the changes and is set to progress as seen previously. The balance of market forces with governments, the need for regulation without stifling, the costs, the demands of customers, vested interests, and incumbency are all at play. Some will be successful while others will miss out. Areas will progress ahead while others will be slower. Disagreement over the rate, size, scale, type, and management of change is expected. Concerns over inaction by government or overreaching by government are expected. The issue is how the transition around artificial intelligence is managed alongside the many other areas of society to address. This is partially our responsibility, but it is also the role of governments. Managing the economic with societal. Governments will be challenged with providing clarity and certainty of policy, direction, intent, and engaging the supportive community. Managing the wealth disparity. Will AI see a small group get richer and powerful with large areas of the population having their wealth diminished, as seen with much of the technology opportunities to date. Supporting society as people fear for their jobs and their worth to family and society. Managing the response to criminal and nefarious activities and protecting society. Addressing the demands of vested interest. Will government allow the domination of vested interests? Responding to the confidence in leadership which society expects. From politicians to administrators to business leaders, we seek confidence in leaders. We seek justice against the leaders who are corrupt. Governments are faced with a range of responses and areas to address, which includes upholding of democracy from the threats that it faces because of AI, whether it is the deep fake or the false stories. Navigating the uncertainty of change and guiding and leading society through. Addressing the educational needs with the demands for more skilled workers with varying experiences and expertise, and transitioning people through. Creating an overall emergent behavior to manage ongoing operations while changing which meets the overall needs while including individuals. This is a big ask of government, yet this is what is being faced and expected of governments even now. As the transformation around artificial intelligence ramps up, these demands are set to increase. Craft and shape the capacity and capability for enabling adoption and adaptation with the emergent behavior to run and change. Government is faced with keeping operations and services going while implementing the strategic issues for the overall benefit. The individual needs to have a role within this as well. Government often works for an emergent behavior by crafting and shaping the capacity and capability for adoption and adaptation, working to balance running society while changing society. Governments will use artificial intelligence for this, as well as having artificial intelligence drive areas of transformation, either direct or indirect. Role of government in AI transition. The demands of government within the transformation around AI are extensive. Own transition. Government has the need to transform its own operations around artificial intelligence, like other businesses. Services. Governments provide services in a range of sectors to society which will be impacted, with changes to address as a result of artificial intelligence. Supporting communities. Government will support communities through the changes with a range of grants, tax changes, payments and allowances, and incentives and investments. Awareness to communities and consultation with communities is part of the transformation. Task forces for managing the transformation are part of the overall approach, and some relocations, whether it is business or supporting changes in response to markets, is expected. One more area of government response is in regulatory and enforcement. From national defense with the use of AI in cyber attacks or drones, through public safety, law enforcement, and to the passing of laws, government is impacted by AI, and the decisions of government will impact artificial intelligence and our response and management. It is how we elect to manage AI which is the issue. Managing and realizing opportunities. Extending the themes around government and the management of artificial intelligence includes community response, where governments will need to be showing understanding and support, as well as representing communities and showing the required understanding around AI. government policy from national security through changes in procurement, supporting research and health and welfare support, aspects of government policy are needed. Education, the skilling of the workforce, helping with the transition through to having enough teachers with the required skills. Government has a role in the AI changes across all levels of education. Business leadership. While business is expected to drive a lot of the transformation around AI, governments have an impact on the business leadership through aspects like regulatory and influencing investments. The role of governments within artificial intelligence is mixed and diverse. Influence in one area can be contrary to that of another area. It is what we expect of government, how we let them manage and respond, which is our shared responsibility. Technology transformation is a national security issue, an educational priority, and a cornerstone of economic policy. It is a summary of the role of government around artificial intelligence. Lessons from technology hubs. One further example of government influence is seen in the role they have economically through the likes of technology hubs. Please see the link in the summary below for further details. Governments. We do not discuss the business opportunities specifically, as they are many and various in relation to governments. The takeout of technology transformation is a national security issue and an educational priority and a cornerstone of economic policy is the summary of the role of government around artificial intelligence. May this series be of value. Thank you for your time. Please share with others. Feel free to subscribe and add your comments. May you realize the benefits of AI for your needs.